my top 4 absolute recommended staple exercises for building your shoulders. So first and foremost, very important piece, a quick anatomy brush up on the shoulders or the deltoids. So your delts or your shoulders are essentially made up of 3 separate heads, so that attach to your clavicle and your collarbone, that attach those 2 down to your humerus bone in your arm. So your anterior head in the front, your lateral head is going to be in the side, and then the posterior head in the rear, or the rear delts. So you got your front delts, your lateral delts, and your posterior. So it's very important to know this, because in order to get a good, proper, full workout, you do want to be picking exercises to hit every head of the delt in order to get that very capped, rounded look that we're all looking for. So the exercises in this video that have worked for me, that I'm going to recommend, that I've chosen, the 4, do exactly that. They will hit the full delt, and they can be interchangeable with barbells, dumbbells, cables, the works. You can cycle these exercises through various forms of equipment, which I actually do highly recommend. Otherwise, what's going to happen is your body is going to adapt to the workout over time, and the workout will get easier and easier for you, which is essentially going to lead to a plateau, and it's going to be less gains, basically. So you always want to be confusing the muscle, switching it up, tricking it, changing things. One workout you could do dumbbells, next you could do cables, then you could go to barbell, sometimes seated, sometimes standing. Okay, so you get it. So the purposes of this video, this is going to be an at-home, fully at-home workout that you can essentially do in 30 minutes. Personally, I would recommend 4 sets, and in the hypertrophy range. So everyone's, a lot of sources are gonna say different numbers for hypertrophy. It could be 12 to 15, maybe they're gonna say 15 to 20, 20 to 25. You're gonna get a bit of a different, statement from different people, whatever. For me personally, I really want you to be doing max volume for shoulders. You really don't need to go crazy heavy. I actually think it's better, and you're gonna be less injury prone if you're doing higher volume, higher reps, lighter weight. So just try to stick to, you can change your sets if you want. You can do 3, 4, 5. I wouldn't go any more than 5 sets. Personally, I just like to do 4 sets of each exercise and no more than 4 to 5 exercises. I'm gonna show 4 exercises in this video, but there is also actually one that is a little bit easier to do at the gym that I also would recommend. So this whole workout you can do in probably about 30 minutes if you're quick. Also, I always recommend supersetting exercises. So if there's 4 exercises, superset the first 2 and the last 2. So as soon as you finish your first set, then you jump into your second exercise, first set. You do that until you hit your 4 sets, and then you're going to move on into the last two exercises, and you can be literally done this whole workout in 30 minutes at home. Easy peasy. Try and do it once a week and follow from my first video the protein intake, hitting your water, and combined with those two and the supplementation, this workout, and then adding in 2 more workouts, so 3 total a week at no more than 1 to 1.5 hours, and you're going to be on your way to making delt gains. Okay? All right, let's go. Okay, so exercise number 1 is going to be shoulder press. You guessed it. So this actually is the one exercise that I would recommend, maybe go a little bit heavier on this. But I will say I used to do heavy shoulder press like once a week. And honestly, that combined with heavy bench, I got into like ego lifting a bit with the shoulder press, always pressing heavy. I feel like, I did get injured at one point. I injured my shoulder. So personally, for the long haul and for, just the purposes of longevity in lifting and life in general, I've kind of changed my mantra a bit with shoulder press, and I would just recommend, moderate heavy, not too heavy. You don't need to destroy yourself. So, try to get your 15 to 20 to 25 reps. Just go until you get that burn, and then that is more than enough. You want to get that nice, burn, but not, push so hard that you're, hurting yourself or injuring your rotator cuffs. So basically, we're going to be parallel with the ground. You're coming up, and you don't need to go down past parallel. You want to be just up, breathe in and out. Make sure your breathing is very important. So I'm not going to bother doing, a full set or anything like that, but that's going to be exercise number 1, is going to be your shoulder press. So now we are going to superset that with exercise number 2, which is going to be our lateral raise. In my opinion, absolute most important. It's the second exercise that I'm talking about, but in terms of importance, I would probably say this is number 1. This is how I've gotten my shoulders to pop the way they do. I've probably done, freaking thousands of these over the course of my life now. So with these, dumbbells are going to be at our side. Nice, lighter weight that you can kind of do, 15 plus reps. The last 3 reps, you want to really feel that burn, really get that burn. So almost to 20 to 25 at the very most, no more than that. So we're going to come up from the side of our body, that's where the lateral comes from, right? You're at the side, and you're going to raise to parallel. Very important thing about these is you don't need to be going way up in the air, right? You don't want to be going way up here. You're going to be entering injury territory at that point. Same as the shoulder press. You're coming to lateral, right? To parallel. So I am trying to keep this video not insanely long. So I'm not gonna be doing like full sets or anything. And I am going a little quick on the exercise. So you can slow it down a bit. I would recommend a good, slower kind of tempo. Really focus on that time under tension and the mind muscle. Really think about those shoulders when you're getting up there. And I guarantee you, by the end of the set, 20 to 25 reps, with a good solid weight, you're gonna start to feel that burn in the delts. Okay, so you're gonna do your superset with those first 2 to 4 sets each, and then you're immediately gonna jump into your 3rd and 4th exercise. So exercise number 3 is gonna be our front raise. So we're gonna hit our anterior delt with this, that front piece, which is very important. So with these, you are typically going to be going lighter than your lateral raise. Usually it's going to be a lighter weight. You're not going to be able to go as heavy as your lateral raise. So you can do the other thing with laterals and, you know, pretty much all these exercises, you can do one arm at a time if you choose. Sometimes my front raise, I'll do one arm each. But for the purposes of the video, keeping it quick, we're just gonna do the double. So up and to the front, just straight up, right? Same thing, you don't need to come like way up here. You just wanna be kind of front raising just high enough. Okay, so that is exercise number 3. And then you're gonna superset that immediately with exercise number 4, which is going to be shrugs. Extremely important. If I was at the gym or if I had plates here, I actually prefer to just grab like a 25 or a 45 pound plate and just hold them at the side to do my shrugs. But the best part about shrugs is you can essentially do them with anything. You can literally grab like a book if you need to, or, you know, anything at all. So grab your weight right after our front raise. We're going into our shrugs. With these, you can play with them. Go, you know, do the first 10 to 15 reps. You can go a little quicker. But you do want to really get that squeeze at the top. Get that squeeze, come back down. You can turn the dumbbells here and there, kind of change it up a bit, but I live by these. These are also gonna, you know, build up your traps. Okay, so at your 4 exercises, pretty easy, nothing too crazy. I'm sure a lot of you, you know, could have guessed. Some of these really isn't, you know, I'm not reinventing the wheel or anything. I'm not claiming to have some crazy secretive workout. It really is just discipline, just doing this workout once a week for, you know, your 4 sets of each exercise. And if you do that for 3 or 4 months with the proper protein intake, you're going to notice a difference big time. So the beginning of the video, I did mention the 5th exercise, because the shrugs actually don't really hit that rear delt. They do a little bit, but like to really isolate the rear delt, the exercise that I like to do for that is gonna be, you guessed it, your rear delt fly. So it's very similar to the lateral raise. I prefer doing it on the pec fly machine that you use for chest at the gym. You just change it up and then you swing out, right? And you really get that squeeze on your rear delts. 4 sets of that, absolutely essential. Some people like to do that on their chest day. So you actually can do that at home if you want to. You just get a chair, sit on the chair toward like right on the very edge of the chair, sit on it, lean forward, and then you're seated down, and you're gonna do like a rear kind of focused fly, right? So you're gonna just really try and hit those rear delts and lean forward. But personally, I do just prefer doing it at the gym on the pec fly machine. That's probably the best way to do it. But that is the delt video. There really isn't, a lot to it. Just follow those exercises, train hard, really put your all into your sets, and you're going to notice a difference. Let me know what you think. Show me some love. Give me some likes, subscribe. We're going to be doing more workout videos. For a beginner, it is usually just going to be recommended to start with 3 workouts a week. So this is delts. Then I'll probably do there's going to be, you do a leg workout. That's very important. You want that symmetry. And then third could be your chest or your back. So let me know if there's, anything else you want to see, any exercises, any video ideas. We're going to be looking to brainstorm up that next video. So if you liked it, let me know. Other than that, have a good evening, my friends.